Right now at 5, we'll examine the new Missouri governor's executive orders cracking down on crime and illegal immigration.
And we've got a chilly, breezy start to the day, but we are warmer than where we were yesterday. It's going to be warmer by this afternoon. Now look at that forecast. Get you out the doors. Coming up.
Plus, a Joplin mother expresses her pride and fear as her sons fight fires on the West Coast.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It's now Thursday, a step closer to the weekend, and it is January the 16th. It is not going to feel like January the next couple of days. It's going to feel a little bit like springtime today and tomorrow, but it will not last long. That Arctic air is still on the way Friday evening, but between here and there, not bad for January. Let's take a look outside. The only reason I need a jacket this morning is just because we do have that gusty south wind, and that'll begin to ease up a bit. We'll have calm winds later today, but that was really about the only reason. It's not bad outside right now. Of course, this is our camera at downtown Pittsburgh at 4th and Broadway. Looking pretty good so far. We got clear skies looking all right from MoDOT camera at 20th and Rangeline in Joplin. Now it is positioned looking roughly back to the north and west. And the KDOT camera at 69 East 520th Avenue. Very rarely do they reposition this camera. I've seen them turn it from time to time, but it's usually always looking this way, and it's usually always looking pretty good, and that's what we're seeing right now. On to the future track we go, taking a look as we go into the afternoon. Again, winds are expected to be calm as we head through the morning and into the afternoon. And take a look at noon temperatures. We're in the mid-40s, maybe even close to 50 for some of us out there by noon today. Not bad. By 4 o'clock, we are a little warmer than what we were even expecting yesterday. We were looking at highs yesterday. For today, maybe around the upper 40s with a couple of low 50 readings. Not going to be the case this go around. We've got a few more upper 40s and quite a few low 50s out there. So an absolutely beautiful day. Now later this evening and overnight, winds pick back up out of the south. They'll start gusting upwards of 25, and they'll remain gusty tonight through tomorrow. But clear skies and otherwise just a beautiful day. If you got something outside you need to get done, today is the day to do it. We're looking at 36 in Joplin right now, 36 in Pittsburgh. So yeah, it's still chilly. By no means do I think that that's warm, but that is about 10 to 15 degrees warmer now than where we were 24 hours ago. Remember, so our northern counties were in the teens yesterday. So you all are 15 some odd degrees warmer now. Not bad. We're into the 30s across most of the region. We've even got some low 40s in our southern counties. So kids get on the bus. They're still going to want that jacket. Absolutely. About 32. Southwest breeze 5 to 10, occasionally gusting to 20. Then the winds will be calm this afternoon. Still sunny around 51 when the bus brings them home. Our highs today, again, some upper 40s, but we're looking at quite a few low 50s out there as we head into the afternoon. Sunny skies, calm winds, just another absolutely beautiful textbook spring-like day. Now it's going to be even warmer tomorrow, and then tomorrow evening the Arctic air arrives. We'll go over all of that plus some rain chances with you here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks. Authorities in Joplin had their hands full with a series of crashes yesterday morning. Reports of a crash came in about 11:30 on 249 near Zora. Responders came upon a series of crashes where some vehicles had struck each other and some vehicles had struck debris. 5 vehicles required towing from the scene, and 1 person was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Well, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly delivered the State of the State speech. The governor spoke in front of Kansas lawmakers in the House chamber last night. Kelly focused on accomplishments such as public school funding, balancing the state budget, and tax cuts, including axing the state's grocery tax.
As of 2 weeks ago, no Kansan is paying state sales tax on groceries. As you all know, it took a while, but we got it done. And there's more relief on the way. In total, I've signed into law $2 billion in tax cuts.
Now, Kelly went on to say it's time to focus on the future of the Sunflower State. She says priorities include investing in child care, public school funding, and a multi-generational push to protect the water supply. Well, Missouri state law officers and other officials await more details as they prepare to implement various executive orders signed by the new governor. Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe signed 6 executive orders since taking office on Monday. That's part of his Safer Missouri plan. One goal is addressing illegal immigration, and he's issued one order to designate a trooper in each region to attend immigration enforcement training. Kehoe wants to crack down on illegal immigration and drug trafficking and hopes this will help apprehend criminal offenders. Another executive order involves the Highway Patrol to also help collect immigration status of those charged with crimes to add to a statewide crime data reporting system. Now, the state is still working on how to implement the plan. Well, 2 brothers from Joplin have found themselves helping to save the lives in California as intense and dangerous wildfires continue to wreak havoc. KOAM's Anthony Saviello spoke with their mother about what her sons and family are going through.
I'm ridiculously proud of them.
Erica Christensen has good reason to be proud of her 2 boys, Jacob and Jaron.
So right now they're just making sure that none of the embers that are being blown around start a fire, and that there are no arsons.
Both former Marines now find themselves in California, working to control the fires that have destroyed over 12,000 structures and claimed the lives of dozens.
Their leader got a message that, do you have anybody that'd be willing to go? And the boys were like, absolutely, 100%. Sign me up.
Despite their courage, their mother still worries.
Yeah, a little bit. I told them that they could maybe man the check-in station or something.
Sure.
They said no.
However, there's peace of mind, knowing they're looking out for each other.
Probably telling Jaron to look out for Jake. Jake is a little more like a bull in a china closet. And Jaron's a bit quieter, a little more, he thinks things through a bit more.
For those moms out there going through the same thing, Erica says,
we should get coffee and then we can cry together.
Yeah.
Stay busy.
And for those affected by the fires in California.
In California, not to worry though. My superheroes are there. It's going to be fine.
Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Erica says her uncle is also over in California helping with the Red Cross. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Pittsburgh State basketball returns home to face Rogers State. We'll have those details. Plus, more than 100 Hindu couples get married at a mass wedding in Pakistan. And we have a cool and sunny day today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
The 4 states are full of talented wrestlers. Last season, we had dozens of them advance to their respective state tournaments, and yesterday evening, several of those same names in action. It's the 2025 Cross-Down Throwdown between Pittsburgh and Frontenac Wrestling. Girls go first at 110 pounds. Harper Holmes won an individual state title last year as a freshman at Frontenac. She transfers to Pittsburgh this year, and here she is winning by fall against her former team. At 115 pounds, Abby Albright gets the takedown and wins by fall. And then at 170 pounds, looks like Lily Esch has a takedown, but Shelby Payne escapes and she ends up getting the pin as well. The girls' teams finish tied at 38, but the Purple Dragons win the third tiebreaker of falls plus forfeits, and they win the 2025 Crosstown Throwdowns. Now, we're going to head over to the boys. And Pittsburgh won last year's duel against Frontenac on a tiebreaker at 138 pounds. How about this takedown from Pittsburgh's Kieran Walker? Gets the pin as well. Moving ahead to 190 pounds, Frontenac senior Dominic Riccardi wins by technical fall. And last up, the big fellas, 215 pounds, another Raiders senior, Alonzo Burke. And he's going to win by fall, and that's going to put the finishing touches on a Frontenac victory. The Raiders boys are 2025 Crosstown Throwdown champions. Last night, we also got to see the red-hot Pittsburgh State women's basketball team. The Gorillas are winners of 5 in a row and 14 of their last 15. Pitt State looking to stay undefeated in conference play. Gorillas hosting the Rogers State Hillcats. In the first quarter, Corinna Gerber goes to work, and her hook shot is good, and Gerber goes on to have another double-double in this game. Later in the first, Grace Pyle starts to heat up from three-point land. She connects with her first shot. Then Pyle goes back to that same spot on the floor. She drains another 3. She led the team with 21 points last night. We're going to continue in the first quarter, and Jemiah Brown knocks down a 3 from the top of the key. The Gorillas weren't done yet. Destiny Berge starts to get involved. She shoots from 3, and she banks it in. Pitt State led by 28 points at halftime. More of the same in the second half. Grace Pyle drives in the lane and gets fouled. The bucket counts, and Pitt State goes on to dominate Rogers State. Gorillas blow out the Hillcats for their 6th consecutive victory, 88-62, the final score.
2 days ago, I think I came into the huddle and I was just looked at them all and kind of like you, we were 14-2. It's like, hey guys, just take a second to know we're doing it. This is what you wanted. It's here. Keep working hard and keep doing it. But don't congratulate yourself too much, but just recognize that your hard work is paying off.
Pitt State men hoops were also in action last night. Gorillas facing the Hillcats for the second time this season. Early in the game, Avery Taggart throws a nice bounce pass to the freshman Evan Jackson. He scores the first points of the night. Next possession, Avery Taggart draining the 3 ball. Gorillas lead by 5. Get more from the first half. Jordan Friesen is going to dribble into the lane. He's going to find some space and connects on the long jump shot for 2. He had 18 points for the Gorillas. A few possessions later, Friesen throws the ball across the court, and R.J. Forney is there to catch and shoot from the corner, and he buries the 3. Pitt State had full control in the first half, and they start to press down on the gas pedal. Avery Taggart knocks down another 3. Next possession, Taggart fakes his defender and drains yet another 3. Then towards the end of the half, heat check time for Avery Taggart as he connects from 3. 26 points from Taggart last night. Pitt State goes on to win 86-73 over Rogers State. Also to come, new studies suggest eating too much processed red meat may increase the risk of dementia. Plus, got another check of your forecast, the warm weather and the cold weather when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is now 5:17 on this Thursday morning. It's finally Thursday. I did wake up Tuesday going, oh man, it's only Tuesday. Woke up this morning going, it is Thursday. We're so much closer to the weekend. And we've got some decent weather between here and there. And it's going to get really darn cold. So let's talk about all of that, shall we? We're going to start with this afternoon. We've got some gusty southwest winds, southwest winds in that zone this morning. They're going to ease up. They're going to be calm as we go through the morning and afternoon. So we got a pretty decent day. If you got something outside you need to do, especially something that could be impacted by gusty winds, today's the time to do it. We're going to be into the, most of us, mid-upper 40s, maybe even some 50s by noon today. Plentiful sunshine out there. That continues into the evening hours. Still warm, still plentiful sunshine, still upper 40s, and even some low 50s by 5 o'clock. But as we add late evening and overnight, winds shift out of the south. They're going to begin to increase. They're going to be gusting upwards of 25 tonight. And with that, a few clouds here and there Friday morning. Not too bad. Temperatures chilly, but still they're above average and warmer than where we've started the last several days, into the 30s across the area. Now, Friday morning, clouds begin to increase. Winds increase, still out of the south, but now they're gusting upwards of 35, maybe even 40 miles an hour at times. So again, that's why if you've got something outdoors that maybe the wind would impact, today's the time to do it, because it's going to be very breezy tomorrow. Then we see the opportunity for a few stray showers here and there. Mainly, again, at this point, still looking to be in our southeastern counties, but a couple of isolated showers are possible. Main thing is it's going to be very windy most of tomorrow. Temperatures well above normal, going into the mid-upper 50s, maybe even a couple of low 60s, especially into our southern counties. Now, as we go into the evening, here we are at 4. There's that cloud line. That's that front, and back behind it are those northerly winds, and back behind that is that Arctic air, and it's going to roll in, and it's going to start to drop our temperatures pretty quickly as we go through the evening. So by 6, here's that front from just right along Fort Scott north of Parsons, north of Coffeyville, through Independence, south of Sedan into Chautauqua County. There's where that front is. The winds are shifting, just a few showers out there still ahead of it. And then the skies become clear, at least mostly clear to partly cloudy overnight. Winds shift out of the north. And take a look, here come those temperatures right back down again by Saturday morning, starting the day into the 20s. In fact, temperature will actually fall back through the morning. So we're going to reach slightly early highs initially on Saturday because temperatures are actually going to drop a bit back behind this front. And with that Arctic air, and then we're going to spend most of Saturday into the upper 20s and low 30s with mostly cloudy skies. So right now, not bad. 36. It's chilly, yes, but it could be worse. It's about to get worse. 28 is what it feels like. West-southwest breeze at 10. Again, we'll have those winds. They're already beginning to ease up a bit. They'll be calm through today. Temperatures in the 30s out there, and we even have some low 40s into northeastern Oklahoma, so not bad. Through the morning, here we go. 32 to start. Mid-40s by 11. Plentiful sunshine out there. Our highs today, upper 40s and low 50s. Tomorrow, mid and upper 50s. Again, breezy. Maybe some showers into the 30s, and we got the 20s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesdays for highs, and that means overnight lows back into the teens. Cold weather sticks around through the majority of next week, maybe a little closer to normal by next Saturday. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with Health Watch right after this.
Well, topping Health Watch this morning, the Food and Drug Administration has banned the use of red dye number 3 in food, beverages, and ingested drugs. Now, this comes more than 3 decades after scientists linked the dye to cancer in animals. Red dye number 3 is a synthetic color additive made from petroleum used to give foods and drinks a bright red color. Manufacturers using it in food have until January 2027 to reformulate their products. Now, for ingested drugs, the deadline is a year later. The requirement also applies to foods imported to the U.S. Now, some companies have already stopped using red dye number 3, while others have begun phasing it out. California banned it in October 2023. You may want to skip eating that bacon at breakfast. A new study is suggesting that not limiting how much red meat you eat can be bad for your brain health. The researchers studied data from more than 133,000 people who were followed for more than 40 years. They found those who ate at least 1/4 of a serving of processed red meats on a daily basis had a 13% higher chance of developing dementia. Now, that is compared to those who consumed minimal amounts. A serving of red meat is about 3 ounces, so that would be about 2 slices of bacon or a hot dog. The study authors also found that replacing red meat with plant-based protein sources was associated with a 19% lower risk of dementia. Nearly 7 million Americans ages 65 and older are estimated to be living with dementia, according to the Alzheimer's Association. And a new study projects those numbers will skyrocket over the next few decades. Mandy Gaither talks to the lead author about what's driving the estimated increase in dementia cases and why he says we can still change the upward trend.
It's a disease of the brain that leads to mental decline. While dementia is typically diagnosed in older adults, experts say it's not a normal part of aging. But a new study projects by 2060, more than 2 in 5, or 42% of adults over age 55 in the U.S. will develop dementia in their later years.
My reaction to that number was, no way, that's not right.
Michael Fang is lead author of the study published in the journal Nature Medicine. Despite his disbelief, he says researchers continue to run the numbers with the same result. Shocking, as their dementia risk projections are twice as high as previous studies, estimating about 1 million people a year will be diagnosed with dementia by 2060.
There's this baby boom generation that is coming to sort of reaching that age where dementia is much more common, right? And this is a big cohort of individuals. So the country getting older is the big driving factor.
Fang says the trend can turn with nationwide policy changes aimed at early prevention and detection, but he says it's also up to individuals.
If you live a sort of healthy lifestyle in your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, and you sort of maintain that over time, then when you reach the later stages of your life, your chances of developing dementia are reduced.
Feng says that includes avoiding diabetes and high blood pressure, as well as not smoking.
We don't think that this means that we're sort of just stuck to this fate.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Researchers also found that women are much more likely to get dementia than men, probably because they tend to live longer. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
And we've got ourselves a chilly but somewhat warmer start to the day. We'll have another look at your forecast, talk about those warm temperatures today when we come back.
Right now at 5:30, the Gordon Parks Museum in Fort Scott celebrates the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
And we've got a chilly but slightly warmer start to the day this morning. It'll be even warmer by this afternoon. A look at that forecast, get you out the doors coming up.
Plus, Missouri Southern dental students are taking care of the community one mouth at a time.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:30. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is now Thursday. It's January the 16th, getting that much closer to the weekend, which is nice.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the weekend not going to be too nice. It's going to be a bit on the really cold side.
No, but at least Friday. I mean, I know that's kind of the weekend. That's still going to be pretty nice.
It's not going to
so,
be bad. Yeah, most of Friday shouldn't be too bad.
Right.
It'll be a bit breezy,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's going to start to get pretty darn cold out there. But not yet. Today, it's going to be even warmer than yesterday, and in fact, it's already warmer this morning than it was yesterday morning. Let's take a look outside downtown Pittsburgh. With our camera located there, looking back to the south and east. You can see road crews out, or city crews out rather, are taking down the last of the Christmas decorations. They've been taken down. See, they've got all but, at least from this perspective, all but this tree here. And I suspect that's what these fine folks are getting ready to do, is go up in that bucket. They're going to get that tree. That's a little too high for me. I don't like heights. I don't like planes. I don't fly. And so I couldn't do what they're doing. It'd be interesting, but I don't think I could do it. Anyway, it's looking pretty good. Skies are clear. We're in the 30s this morning. MoDOT camera 20th and range line, looking back to the north and west almost. A down range line, looking pretty good as well. Same from the KDOT camera at 69 and East 520th Avenue, just south of Pittsburgh. Not a bad start to the day whatsoever. As we head into the afternoon, believe it or not, even though we have some gusty winds now, winds should be calm or light and variable at best as we head through the morning and into the afternoon hours. Well, plentiful sunshine, and in fact, we're looking to be a little warmer today than what we were thinking yesterday. I was looking at maybe the upper 40s for most of us today. We're looking at upper 40s, absolutely, but we're looking at more low 50s out there. A lot more low 50s than what we were looking at yesterday. So I'm all right with that. I'm sure some of you are as well. Looking pretty good, even some upper 50s possible down into parts of Oklahoma. And as we head into the evening, still clear, still not bad. Temperatures chilly, but manageable. And again, chilly but manageable now. Remember, a lot of our northern counties yesterday, even some of our southern ones, were in the teens. So we're 15 degrees almost warmer now than we were 24 hours ago in some spots. 36, Joplin and Pittsburgh, especially again up north where, if you remember, it was down to like 12 in Iola yesterday morning at this time. Much better now. 31. Still cold, but much better than 12. And we've got 30s and even some low 40s out there in two parts of northeastern Oklahoma. Kids getting on the bus. They're going to want a jacket. It's going to be a bit chilly. Low mid 30s. Southwest winds gusting to 20 occasionally. Those winds will become calm as we head through the morning, afternoon, and we're going into the upper 40s. A few more low 50s out there, and sunny skies. A great day overall. And again, upper 40s, low 50s. Calm winds and sunny skies. Now, the winds are going to increase overnight tonight. Temperatures will increase tomorrow before that big decrease gets here. All those details for you here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. The downstream casino and the downstream casino and resort was all business yesterday. The Quapaw, Oklahoma Casino welcomed the Joplin Chamber of Commerce Annual Business Expo. And it's the region's largest annual business showcase with more than 100 exhibitors. This one-day event provided an opportunity for businesses to network with other businesses and potential customers.
It feels great, actually. I love seeing different and small business, well, not really small businesses, but local businesses, and getting to network and collab with them. I think that's super fun. I haven't seen a lot of faces, just their signage, you know, to put faces with their businesses. I think that's super cool.
The theme for the 32nd annual event is Out of This World Expo. And tax season is just around the corner, and for many people, choosing the right professional to work with is essential to the filing process. Many considerations going into making that choice, including familiarity with tax laws, deductions, tax credits, and filing jointly or separately for a married couple.
You want to ask questions about how long it's going to take to get your return and certainly how much it's going to cost. And then something folks don't think about is how are you going to keep my information safe? You give that tax preparer a lot of personal information about you, and you want to make sure that information is secure.
If you have questions about a tax expert's credentials, you can always check with the Better Business Bureau. And if you're looking for an affordable form of dental care, some students at MSSU might have you covered. For $30, Missouri Southern dental hygiene students offer a range of services, including cleanings, x-rays, and even oral cancer screenings, all without the need for insurance. Professors say it's not only an opportunity for students to master essential skills, but also a chance to give back to the community.
So we really need people in the community to volunteer or have their time to come out for our students to clean their teeth. It's a fantastic deal. It's $30, which can include sealants, fluoride varnish. We do anything. We do see kids age 5 and up, adolescents, geriatrics, adults.
The dental hygiene clinic at MSSU is open to the public every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's currently free to all students. And young minds had the chance to go for it and learn about groundhogs yesterday during Preschool Connections at Wildcat Glades. Kids ages 3 to 7 learned about the underground mammals through interactive lessons, including a story, song, and a craft project presented by Wildcat Glades' own Miss Vicky.
It just gets everybody started learning about nature. Here at Wildcat Glades, we cover all different topics. Every month is a different topic for the preschool program. And we also have a little older kids program from ages 9 or preschoolers. And then from 7 to 14, we have Nature Explorers.
You can find more information about Preschool Connections on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. And Fort Scott's Gordon Parks Museum has begun its 2-day annual celebration for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Students from Fort Scott Community College in Pitt State read excerpts of King's "I Have a Dream" speech along with other quotes. The museum board president says it's meaningful that the event took place at this particular museum because of Gordon Parks' contributions towards fighting social injustice and racism.
One of our greatest African American leaders of all times, at least on his birthday, we should be celebrating the contribution in this country that folks who came over as slaves have made.
Their second celebration for MLK takes place on Monday. They'll have a food drive at the event. KOAM's Melissa Alexis will have more on the celebration later on. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. The Notre Dame Cathedral has seen a record number of visitors since reopening. Plus, a ceasefire deal has been reached in the Middle East. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. Topping World Watch, more than 100 couples got married at a mass wedding in Pakistan over the weekend. The Pakistan Hindu Council of Karachi offering the opportunity to couples, and they provided transport for those living far away and necessary household items for each couple. The head of the council says more than 1,600 couples have been married in the past 17 mass weddings the council has offered. Some of the couples saw the event as a way to bypass the cost of getting married. Nearly 2% of the country's population are Hindus, and Hinduism is Pakistan's second largest religion behind Islam. Well, the famed Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, France draws in a record number of patrons a month after reopening. The church was nearly destroyed in a fire 5 years ago. And since reopening its doors on December 7th, the cathedral says 800,000 people have come to see the renovated church. There has been an average of 30,000 people a day, which is similar to the number of visitors of the iconic Louvre Museum. A stroll through Notre Dame is free of charge, but the cathedral advises guests to book in advance. 15 months after Hamas terrorists massacred Israelis and others in the worst such attack in the country's history, a ceasefire deal has been reached. Hamas will release 33 hostages, and some Americans are expected to be freed. Israel will reportedly release hundreds of Palestinian prisoners.
The Middle East is cautiously optimistic. After 467 days of war, Israel and Hamas have reached a ceasefire. The deal will go into effect on Sunday, at which time we'll see the first hostages released. We are getting new details tonight from a senior Hamas official who provided Fox News with a copy of the agreement. The document states that in exchange for the first 9 hostages, Israel will release 110 Palestinian prisoners with life sentences. The deal also constitutes that the Rafah crossing will be ready for the transfer of Palestinian civilians and the wounded, following the release of all female hostages. One other notable line, 50 wounded Hamas fighters will be permitted to leave Gaza daily for medical treatment once the crossing into Egypt opens. In Tel Aviv, people gathered in the streets reacting to the news. There are mixed emotions here, understanding that many who were taken on October 7th are dead. Inside Gaza, we've seen celebrations, Palestinians chanting and claiming victory. Hamas gunmen were also seen in the streets of major cities as the acting political leader of Hamas said this.
The criminal occupation clashed with the steadfastness of our people and their adherence to their land, and it failed to achieve any of its secret or declared goals. Our people remained steadfast in their land and did not leave or emigrate.
The fact that Hamas is claiming victory will put increased political pressure here in Israel on Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Netanyahu spoke with both President Biden and President-elect Trump.
And that's a look at some of your biggest headlines from around the world. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 5:45 now on this Thursday morning. We're going to start with the future track, and we're a bit breezy this morning, but those winds will begin to die down. We're looking at calm or light and variable winds through most of today. So as we head into the afternoon, it's going to be pretty nice. Sunny skies. Temperatures warmer than what we were thinking yesterday, which again, I don't have a problem with that. I'm sure many of you don't either. If there's something outdoors you need to get done today, maybe tomorrow, best opportunities to do it. By noon, we're already into the mid-upper 40s, even some low 50s out there. We're going to see a lot more low 50s for highs than what we were thinking yesterday as well. So it's not a significant difference from what we were looking at yesterday for highs today, but it is going to be warmer instead of colder. And I think, again, we'll certainly take that. Now, as we go overnight tonight into Friday, winds are going to increase out of the south. Overnight, they start gusting upwards of 25 miles an hour, and as we head through the day Friday, those gusts increase still out of the south, but upwards of 35, maybe 40 miles an hour. That also puts us much warmer tomorrow morning, still chilly, but now we're talking mid-upper 30s to start tomorrow morning. Maybe a few clouds here and there, and those clouds will increase through the morning and into the afternoons as the winds increase, and then we'll start to see opportunities for rain. At least a few isolated showers. Right now, really, the best opportunity is kind of along and to the south of the I-44 corridor as we go through tomorrow. Otherwise, it's just going to be mostly cloudy and much warmer. A lot of upper 50s, maybe even some low 60s into parts of northeastern Oklahoma out there. Now, by 4, there's that wind shift line. There's that little line right in the clouds, too. That's that cold front. And back behind it is that Arctic air. Could see a few additional showers ahead of the front, but as it pushes through, temperatures are going to begin to drop. So we're going to go from a really pleasant day to a really not so pleasant day as the temperatures continue to fall. Now, what will happen and what looks likely here is we're probably going to hit early morning highs on Saturday, say about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then temperatures are going to fall from that point. So here we are at 5 a.m. We've got upper 20s and low to mid 30s. But as we go through the day on Saturday, we got mostly cloudy skies and temperatures actually fall back in some cases. In others, they don't really move at all. And so we're spending most of the day into the upper 20s and low 30s. So not a lot of temperature movement and just cloudy skies and maybe even some gusty north winds making it feel even colder. So enjoy today and tomorrow because it's going to get downright nasty over the next few days in terms of temperatures at least. 36 in Joplin right now. Skies are clear across the area. Again, it's still chilly, but we're 15 degrees or so warmer now than we were yesterday at this time. We've got low mid 30s, upper 30s, and even still some low 40s into parts of northeastern Oklahoma. So through the morning, Clear skies, winds calming down, 32 to start, mid-40s by 11 o'clock this morning. Into the afternoon, sunny, warm, upper 40s, low 50s. And again, winds will be calm or light and variable. Clear skies continue tonight. Temperatures slowly dropping back, eventually into the upper 20s and low 30s again, with that south wind now gusting upwards of 25 miles an hour. South breeze again gusting close to 40 tomorrow, but temperatures upper 50s, maybe some low 60s. Arctic air arrives. 30s on Saturday, 20s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. We're staying below normal through most of next week. Might get back to at least somewhat normal by next Saturday. A couple of shower chances on Wednesday. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
The program blending classroom learning with hands-on experience is giving aspiring chefs a head start in their careers. Derek James explores how it's equipping students with lifelong skills in and out of the kitchen.
In this busy professional kitchen where pots clang and stovetop sizzle, Elk River High School students are preparing restaurant-quality food.
I like to think of it as home ec on steroids.
ProStart is a 2-year nationwide technical education program supported by the Hospitality Minnesota Education Foundation. About 100 schools across the state offer culinary classes that use its curriculum. It teaches technical cooking and restaurant management with the assistance of mentors like Chef Seth Bixby Doherty.
They're gaining the knowledge that they would if they went to college for free, and then they're able to get an opportunity to be placed into one of these top restaurants in the city.
Senior Cole Lupian says he's discovered a passion he hopes leads to a long culinary career.
Join a little bit of a higher class culinary school, and then even possibly going to Europe and studying culinary under some chefs over there.
This culinary crew operates a restaurant at school and caters community events. They are among more than a dozen area schools cooking for a Stars of the Future event at the Four Seasons Hotel in Minneapolis later this month, which will raise money for the program. The students in the Minnesota ProStart program also take part in cooking competitions, very similar to what you'd see on Food Network.
I'm going to do 2 of them before I move.
Senior Jalen Mogren leads the team. Where does your passion for food and cooking come from?
I would probably say ever since I was young, I always loved cooking. I thought I'd go to pastry school. I wanted to be like just this top-notch chef.
While she plans to pursue radiology for her profession and cooking as her passion, Mogren says she has gained important qualities from her ProStart experiences.
It teaches so many life skills that you can take outside of high school. And I think that's really important because of the managing time and communicating with others and taking that feedback that you will get regardless of if you want it or not.
Skills that lead to success in a restaurant and in life.
I know a lot of our resort people, like, do you have some kids? I need someone. So they know they can take a ProStart student from Elk River and they're going to be successful in any restaurant out there.
Organization, being kind to people, just simple things that will help these kids be more successful as they move forward in their life.
Well, it looks like an incredible experience and pretty delicious too. Stick around, we'll be right back. Well, a zoo in Germany celebrates its polar bear cubs taking its first steps. The approximately 2-month-old polar bear was seen pawing through the straw of its birthing den at Karlsruhe Zoo, and it is well protected by its mother, Nuka. Now, to protect Nuka and her cubs from possible disturbances, the zoo sealed off the area where she gave birth. The enclosure will remain cornered off in the coming weeks, and the cub has yet to leave. Now, the cub will have its first vet examination in a few weeks, and then it will receive a name. Another Chinese video social media app sees its downloads skyrocket as the clock ticks down on TikTok. Red which is similar to TikTok, climbed to the #1 spot on the Apple App Store on Monday as a potential TikTok ban in the United States looms. Self-described TikTok refugees flock to the app trying to find a new home. Red features short-form videos, photos, explore, and nearby feeds for users. Meanwhile, TikTok could be booted out of the U.S. on January 19th if its China-based owner ByteDance does not sell its U.S. assets.
And we've got a warmer day out there for us as well. We're going to be pretty decent. Winds will be calm, so a great day to do some outdoor projects. Sunny skies, low 30s to start. mid-40s by 11 o'clock this morning. That is ahead of highs into the upper 40s and quite a few low 50s expected out there. Winds will be calm or light and variable, and again, sunny skies. As we head into the evening and overnight, winds will actually begin to increase overnight, out of the south gusting to 25. Clear skies continue. We're back down into the upper 20s and low 30s for our lows. We'll be even warmer tomorrow with our highs going into the mid to upper 50s, maybe even some low 60s in some of our southern counties. South winds tomorrow, though, gusting upwards of 35, maybe 40, so do keep that in mind. Clouds increase, maybe a few showers along and south of the I-44 corridor. And then after about 5 o'clock, between 4 and 6, we'll say, cold front with Arctic air starts pushing through. Drops our temperatures into the low 20s. Early day highs are likely on Saturday, going in the low 30s. We'll spend most of the day in the upper 20s. Teens for lows heading through the weekend. 20s for highs Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And below normal temperatures most of next week with a few rain chances on Wednesday. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more after this.